I would like to talk to you today about how your words become your reality. You are where you are today, in part because of what you've been saying about yourself. Words are like seeds. When you speak something out, you give life to what you're saying. If you continue to say it, eventually it can become a reality. Whether you realize it or not, you are prophesying your future. This is great when we're saying things like, I'm blessed, I'm strong, I will accomplish my dreams, I'm coming out of debt. That's not just being positive. You are prophesying victory, prophesying success, and prophesying new levels. Your life will move in the direction of your words, but too many people go around prophesying just the opposite. I never get any good breaks. I'll never get back in shape. Business is slow, or flu season is here. I always get it. They don't realize they're prophesying defeat. It's just like they're calling in bad breaks, mediocrity, and lack. The scripture says we will eat the fruit of our words. You are planting seeds when you talk, and at some point, you're going to eat that fruit. My challenge to you is to make sure you're planting the right kind of seeds. If you want apples, you have to sow apple seeds. If you want oranges, you can't plant cactus seeds, poison ivy seeds, or mushroom seeds. You're going to reap fruit from the exact seeds you've been sowing. In other words, you can't talk negatively and expect to live a positive life. You can't talk defeat and expect to have victory. You can't talk lack, not enough, or can't afford it, and expect to have abundance. If you have a poor mouth, you're going to have a poor life. If you don't like what you're seeing, start sowing some different seeds. Instead of saying, I'll never get well. This sickness has been in my family for 3 generations. Start saying, God is restoring health back into me. This sickness didn't come to stay. It came to pass. I'm getting better and better every day. You keep sowing those seeds, and eventually you'll eat that fruit, health, wholeness, and victory. Instead of saying, I'll never get out of debt, or I'll never rise any higher, declare, I will lend and not borrow. Whatever I touch prospers and succeeds. I'm coming into overflow and more than enough. Start sowing seeds of increase, seeds of abundance. No more. I'll never accomplish my dreams. Say, I have the favor of God. Blessings are chasing me down. The right people are searching me out. New opportunities and new levels are in my future. If you keep talking like that, you'll reap a harvest of good things. James said in the scripture, with our tongue, we can bless our life or we can curse our life. Many people don't realize that with their words, they're cursing their future. Every time you say, I'll never get any good breaks, you just cursed your life. I'll never be able to afford that nice house. I'll never break this addiction. I'll never meet the right person. No. Stop cursing your future. Sometimes the enemy doesn't have to defeat us. We defeat ourselves. Pay attention to what you're saying. Are you blessing your life or are you cursing it? I had a classmate in high school who was always very negative. Every time I asked him what was going on, he had this standard answer. Not much. I'm just getting old, fat, and bald. I heard him say that probably 500 times. I know he was just kidding, but I wouldn't kid about that. He was one of the stars on our football team, always in great shape, with thick curly hair. About 15 years later, I ran into him at the mall. When I saw him, I nearly passed out. He had prophesied his future. He looked old, fat, and bald. Friends, don't speak defeat over your life. Our attitude should be, I'm getting younger. God is renewing my youth like the eagles. I'm getting stronger, healthier, and better looking. I'm going to keep my hair and stay in my right mind. I'm going to live a long, productive, faith-filled life. Don't go around cursing your future. Start blessing your life. Prophesy good things. There's a young lady on our staff who, every morning before she leaves the house, looks in the mirror and says, "Girl, you're looking good today." I saw her one time and asked if she was still doing it. She said, "Yeah, in fact, today when I looked in the mirror, I said, 'Girl, some days you look good, but today you look really good.'" Why don't you stop criticizing yourself and talking about all the things you don't like? "I'm getting too old, too wrinkled, too this, too that." Stop cursing your life and start blessing your life. Start calling yourself healthy, strong, talented, beautiful, and young. Every morning before you leave the house, look in the mirror and say, "Good morning, you good-looking thing." My brother Paul, you need to do this every hour. Sometimes when we've been traveling a lot and are very busy, my wife will come to church with me and say, "I am so tired. Look at me. Can you see how red my eyes are?" I always say, "No, you look beautiful. You look as great as ever." She'll say, "No, I don't. I know you. You won't tell me." She's right. I won't. I don't want to speak defeat. I want to speak victory over her life. I wonder what she would do if I ever said, "Yeah, you're right. You don't look good at all." I'm smarter than that. The point is, you have enough people and circumstances speaking defeat over you. Don't do it to yourself. Use your words to bless your life, your children, your future, and your relationships. Speak favor into your finances. Speak health into your body. Speak peace into your mind. The scripture says, "Let the weak say, 'I am strong.'" Notice it doesn't say, "Let the weak talk about the weakness." Let the weak call 5 friends and discuss the weakness. Let the weak post about the weakness on social media. No, it says, let the weak say, "I am strong." If you're struggling in your finances, don't go around saying, "I'm broke, I'll never make it. Business is so slow." That's calling in more defeat. Instead, declare, "I am blessed. I am prosperous. I will lend and not borrow. I'm coming into overflow, into more than enough." If your child is not doing right, don't keep speaking the problem. "This boy is so hard-headed, he's never going to change." Instead, declare by faith, "Father, thank you that my child is blessed, that he is wise, obedient, and kind. He's a leader and a difference maker." Here's the key. You don't have to feel it to say it. Your feelings will eventually catch up with your words. Sometimes you're not going to feel blessed, but you have to declare, "I am blessed." You may not feel strong, but declare, "I am strong." This is what David did in the scripture. He faced all kinds of opposition and unfair situations. People lied about him, betrayed him, and tried to kill him. But in the middle of all that, he said, "I am fearfully and wonderfully made." He could have looked at his life and said, "I'm a mess. I've made too many mistakes. I'll never get to where I want to be." Instead, he spoke victory into his future. You may feel like you're at a disadvantage today. You weren't raised in a healthy environment. You didn't get the education. You're dealing with health challenges. It's easy to talk about how it's not going to work out. But when you speak defeat, you're inviting defeat. When you say, "I'll never break this addiction," you're inviting that addiction to stay. But when you declare, "I am free, I am clean, this addiction does not control me," you're inviting freedom. When you say, "I'll never get out of debt," you're inviting struggle. But when you say, "I am blessed, I am prosperous, I will rise higher," you're inviting abundance. Some of you are letting the wrong things take root. You need to start uprooting them. When you hear yourself say, "I'll never get well," cancel that thought and say, "No, I am healthy. God is restoring health back to me." When you hear yourself say, "I'll never meet the right person," cancel it. Say, "No, God is bringing the right people into my life. He's directing my steps." When you hear yourself say, "I'll never accomplish my dreams," cancel it. Declare, "I am talented, creative, and equipped. I have the favor of God. I can do all things through Christ." The Apostle Paul said in the scripture, hold fast to the profession of your faith. That word profession means declaration. You have to hold fast to what you're declaring. Sometimes you're not going to see it right away. You may not feel it, but you have to keep speaking it. The more you declare it, the more you're going to believe it. The more you believe it, the more it's going to come to pass. But too often, we let go of our profession. We start declaring, I'm blessed. But when we don't see anything happen, we get discouraged and start saying, I'll never get ahead. It's never going to happen. You have to hold fast to what you're declaring. Remember, your words have creative power. Don't use them to describe the situation. Use them to change the situation. If you'll speak victory over your life instead of defeat, blessings instead of curses, I believe and declare that your words will set the course for your future. You will rise higher, overcome every obstacle, and become everything God created you to be. Thank you so much for spending time with me today and reflecting on the power of your words. Remember, what you speak today can shape your reality tomorrow. Your words are seeds. Choose to plant faith, hope, and victory in your life. Speak life into your dreams, into your health, and into your relationships. If this message has inspired or encouraged you, I'd love for you to join our Conquer Faith family by subscribing to the channel and sharing this video with someone who needs to hear this truth. Together, we can inspire and uplift one another to walk in the fullness of God's promises. Stay strong, speak faith, and continue to conquer every challenge with boldness. Until next time, may God's favor go before you and His blessings follow you. Take care, God bless, and we will see you in the next Conquer Faith.